This is a Headgum original.
I have to do something else, and I started putting together my new vacuum.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
What's that?
Did you get a new soundboard?
Same soundboard. Dabbling in some fan favorites from yesteryear. And, oh yeah. Auditioning some new ones.
Yeah, that one didn't go so hot, I would say.
Really didn't. I thought it was going to be a little bit more resounding than that. More ultimately resolute.
Resonant.
And resonant.
Yeah.
Resonance, good.
The fart was resonant.
Well, it really could have had more reverb. I mean, Ferris, you're a musician. You get it. The EQ could have been further thus.
It resonated with me. But
Meaning
not in a good
what?
way.
Like emotionally.
Yeah.
It hit your ears and you recognized it as sound, is what you're saying. But not much more.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I agree.
Right.
It's a Monday, you know. It rang
do,
true.
Yeah, it did ring
See, now
true.
there's a new sound that's not even... Here we go. Oh, wow, this sucks. The favorites will play. The favorites will play.
Should we just start over?
No, I think this is all good stuff. I mean, guys, we're coming off of a hit. The 200th episode was truly there. And all four of us were there then.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We all live to tell the tale.
I mean, there's not much to do until we kind of recap that episode. Like, how does everybody feel in the wake of it?
There's not much to do.
There's actually, we have some things to get to, but I feel like we have to at least acknowledge the greatness that was had.
Yeah, the reactions have been nice.
Way to minimize it even by saying something positive, Marika.
Well,
Marika's like, yeah, it's been good.
On YouTube, at least, people are still really, like, it's still pretty mixed. This is like sincere thanks, and also like this podcast is terrible kind of thanks. So
I don't think
to me
so.
that's the same.
I mean, how's the TikTok doing? I know we were going semi-viral to have.
Yeah, we went pretty viral. Really hoping that Chapel Roan will see it. A lot of people
She's
have
not gonna
tagged
see
her.
it.
A lot
I mean,
of people have tagged her.
I know, but on Friday, who
she
was
was
it that
doing
said
Coachella.
Yeah, Anya or Allie or somebody was like, I mean, you were also part of this conversation, but somebody initially was like, and it's perfect because she's playing Coachella today. I'm like, that's not perfect. She's not going to be on her phone at all.
That's absolutely why we went viral.
Of course, it's the one day she has to be absolutely locked in. And by the way, she was. I saw clips of the performance.
Yeah.
Her performance.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I appreciated this comment from Gornt on TikTok. What
was the name?
Gornt. G-O-R-N-T.
Thank you.
They said, someone please explain this bit to me. It's very much my brand of humor, but I need the origin.
Yeah.
User Double D said, he is parodying Chapel Roan's popular song Hot to Go. Both versions are absolutely fantastic. Gornt responds. Gornt says, thank you for explaining. I got that part so far, but I really want to know the origin of this running joke. I agree with you, though. This is amazing. Omar responds to Gornt. He makes a lot of parodies about burning grains. There's really no other explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I left Friday being like, maybe there's a chance. Maybe if we are posting to TikTok more consistently, not to be confused with consistency of sand, people might have a way in, and the way in might oddly be the fucking Rice songs. Ferris?
Not to be a contrarian, but my rebuttal to that is that there were also multiple comments of people being like, Whose phone was that?
That was mine. I don't know who was calling.
There have been multiple comments from people being like, I've never listened to this podcast, but I've listened to every single Rice song, which to me is crazy.
It's so insane.
I've seen a couple.
See, now I'm nervous
really
because
don't
I don't
like
know what
that.
that means.
Yeah.
I really
Translation.
don't like
Yeah.
Translation?
that.
You don't know. That one's universal.
I don't
Yeah.
think we should test new ones.
No, it seems dangerous.
Well,
Can we do like an op kebab for solid?
I missed that one.
this isn't going well.
No.
Morning, Vietnam!
Yeah.
Yeah, Will loves
Have you
that
done
one.
an Oops All Drops episode?
Oh.
That one's pretty good.
Jeff?
That's gonna obviously get our video taken down.
That one I might keep.
That one's good.
Anyway, sorry.
What you're doing is not good for the show. You were just talking about wanting to build
Get more listeners.
bring in
Yeah.
more listeners. The last few seconds I don't agree with. However,
It didn't
Going back
resonate
to-
with you.
no, it
I mean,
didn't.
what
bring
was it?
Bring back the
possibly
fart. That's what I
racist
want.
German diatribe?
Yeah.
Bring back the. Ooh,
We have to cut that out, right?
I think I'm gonna just bleep it. Yeah. That one was a Ferris original to have.
Nice. Dude, a couple people have said something to the effect of I don't even know. Did you mention you want to make a fully produced album of the Rice songs? Because people haven't forgotten if you did mention it.
See, it's hard because
And,
that's a lot of work, and it's gonna be. I don't know if it'll be paid or not because I don't think that falls under the purview of the scope of work that I offer to Headgum as a 1099 NEC.
But yeah, I don't think Headgum
I don't think
pay
No.
for that. That would just be a.
I don't think we pay for your
I
time
wouldn't
in
even
the
question
recording
it.
studio.
You wouldn't even send an email, Will?
No. I would just know that that's a freelance personal
That's
project.
gonna have to
But
be
you
extracurricular.
you could reap the rewards. At that
Yeah.
point, it's all
Cash.
well. It is IP based on the
No.
Headgum property, so
I
in a
don't.
way,
Will, you're screwing me over because I'm not going to be able to place ads on the album. My only hope is that this federal law might go
Place
into effect.
ads on the album. Like
I'm
for
surprised
Rice,
people don't do
like
that.
subliminal
Yeah.
messaging.
Like
That would
fucking
be-
branded lyrics.
Hey, yeah, why isn't it like a brought to you by?
Yeah.
Rice-A-Roni.
Yeah,
I mean, Ferris, you
My
did
cousin's
some of that
rice.
on your last EP. You did there's one song where you know how Jim Morrison in Riders on the Storm whispered and layered the whisper underneath his singing? You did the
Right.
same thing, but it wasn't the lyrics of the song. It was basically defending big tech.
Well, really, it was just like a BetterHelp ad, sort of at this sort of volume, just sort of coasting underneath the surface of the chorus of my song, and I just sort of gave them my own personal experience with online therapy in the privacy of my own home. It was really something that I found helpful, especially. I mean, we're living in crazy times, and I mean, during the pandemic, I basically lost my mind. I was drinking vodka out of my desk while I was working, and it was very nice
You mean
to talk to.
out of a glass that was on your desk
I was imagining
there was a
drawer.
bottle in my desk.
into a drawer. That's what I was
Yeah.
worried about.
It was drawer vodka.
Make sure
yeah.
Ferris spell out that promo code. Spell out the promo code and probably do it twice at the end,
Yeah.
just so
That's a
people
very
know.
good point.
Well, that's
It's
why the chorus is
betterhelp.com.
helpful.
Yeah, that's betterhelp.com.
/April
That's
and
the
Ferris.
most confusing thing to spell in the URL.
Yeah.
I never got that. Yeah.
Sorry, Dwer Vodka sounds like Ferris's celebrity liquor endorsement. What Dwayne Johnson has? What's the tequila brand he has?
Oh, Terramana.
Yeah, Terramana. And then, what is it? Clooney has Casamigos.
Casamigos, not anymore.
Mm.
And then Ferris would be Dwer Vodka. The bottle is shaped like a fucking soft close.
I think we could do that kind of like in a Four Walls Always Sunny podcast.
I was gonna say, yeah,
whiskey way, but ours is just Dwer Vodka.
Yeah, beta testing, beta vodka.
Can you make vodka out of rice, or is it only potato?
I think it's often yam. Yeah.
Damn.
Ferris
Often
is
yam
making
is
yucca
kind of a good
liquor.
vodka name too.
All right, let's keep it going. Bond of the week. This week I'm gonna have to go with Taz Fustock. He's sort of a British aristocrat who just closed a club.
Closed the club?
Was there at the end of the night, last one to leave sort of thing?
No, he wasn't there till 2 a.m. He shut down a bar that he owned. Does that make sense?
And that's
how does that
Bond
qualify
because
him? Yeah, for the Bond role.
Because I don't think Bond has any business in the after hours market. I'm thinking he's ready to make the shift from Lalo, a Notting Hill joint, to Broccoli's own James.
I can't imagine a club in Notting Hill.
That's kind of why I chose him also. That's like opening up a club in like Topanga.
That didn't resonate with me, but I'm sure it resonates
the
with
fart
other
did?
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will, who do you got for your Bond over of the week?
I think I'm going to go Hurwitz Jake style this week.
Why Jake?
In this room, I think Jake was recording like not another D&D podcast or something, and he did all these like little drawings, and there's
That's
so
very
many
you.
of them.
Bond
And they're-
doesn't doodle.
Well,
He could.
take a look at that. Tell me
That's
you
really
can't see that
cute.
on a poster.
If he did,
Is it a dog?
James Bond would be like an old
don't
master
know.
oil artist. He wouldn't be,
To be honest, some of them
cartoonist.
are quite crude. Some of
Right.
the drawings are quite
Master.
crude, so I
That's
wouldn't
what
show
I'm
on
saying.
the pod.
I think Bond could draw cartoons in his spare time.
And couldn't you imagine Jake fitted up in the suit?
No.
Yeah.
Glock 9?
I want
Bond
that.
doesn't have a Glock.
You would with
Jake's
Jake's
Bond
in
does.
Yeah, so right. So it's already not fitting.
Ushering the new era
Resizing.
is Jake with a
Yeah.
Glock.
Holding it sideways.
Wearing a
Directed
t-shirt
by-
The
tuxedo.
whole movie takes place outside of New Haven. Ferris, who do you got for your Bonchi?
I said it on the 200th. I really want to kind of drill down on it. Jack Black. I want to see that. I think, but okay, it would change everything.
Right.
It would give Bond an entirely new facelift, but God, wouldn't that be good? Jack
Wouldn't it
Black
be like kind of a
as
face
James Bond.
droop?
That's rude.
Sorry.
That's
rude.
Droop.
Grunt. What was the commenter's name? Grunt? Gort.
Marika, who do you got for your Brondley?
I think I'm gonna have to go because of this week's SNL, Ryan Gosling, preferably as Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. I don't know if anyone watched that sketch, but
The
it
big-
delighted
No,
me
but
to no
it's fine.
end.
It
A
was
Streeter
good.
sketch,
Are you serious?
yeah, and Mikey Day.
Yeah. The big discourse around that was that you didn't want it spoiled. But
Yeah.
every thumbnail I saw, every
Yeah.
title I saw, every tweet I saw
Spoiled it.
spoiled it.
It was a real delight. I watched it live, and it really tickled me.
It's fascinating to imagine the person who listens to the 200th episode a week late and they are so on cloud nine. They are like ready for another energy, full, everyone's laughing. And then they tune in here.
Yeah.
I think we're having a good
Jeff
episode.
seems distracted, to be honest.
For a second. But I'm
reading.
back. I'm definitely back. I'm looking at my outline and deciding whether to cut you guys off. Should we move on? You're asking for more energy? The 200th episode, let's continue talking about it because I wanted to ask you guys, what was your favorite part of that episode? Because I had a blast.
God,
all three of you guys killed it.
It was, for me, it was your fucking face singing that song. That was the highlight for me. I mean, I've seen you get into it, but not quite like that.
Yeah,
that was a joy.
The full screaming and then dropping an octave because you were like, I can't scream anymore.
Going. Yeah. I also couldn't really see everybody because I was staring at the lyrics. I was trying to, very quick. I was trying to nail it all, which I didn't even. And so by the time I was wailing, I was like, I feel like I'm irritating people. Let me drop the octave / that ass. And I think ultimately the song was a hit. Marika, what was your favorite part?
I just said.
All right, then Will.
I loved Jeopardy.
That was
did you
winning
get that
$500 was good.
Did you get that
this
gift
is
card?
why I wanted you on this episode
That's
specifically. Anya said who's going to be on. I said it has to be Marika for 201 because I need you to prove right now and here that you actually got the gift.
Is it physical?
It's not physical.
Ultimately digital, but don't cheapen it by saying that, Will. You're pointing out the facts. Are you kidding me? It's a getaway for free.
Get away from
let's
here.
See if I opened the Airbnb app. $500 gift
also,
card.
it looks like you're locked into litigation on a previous stay. What did you do in Montreal?
I would say Jeopardy was number one, and I was winning with the
you
first
had points
question.
on the board.
It was the most excited I've been on the show at any point in time because I felt the heat, and then immediately Marika came in and got like 700 points, and
I feel like there's only like 4 people maybe who could have won, which is Amir, Marika, Ferris, and Anya, because they've been involved. Ferris since the beginning, and Anya very intensively recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then Marika and Amir on like every episode, pretty much one of them.
Yeah. I was pretty disappointed with my performance. I think the only guess I ever made, you were like, where did I first start recording this podcast? And the only time I chimed in was to say a basement. And then I never got another word in.
Ferris, you had to do about 20 minutes straight of reading right before, which you handled with class and ease, I will say.
Oiled, slick glands, I would say. Your chords were velveteen.
I was feeling some pressure to blast through it too, because it was so much.
People were getting bored and upset.
Yeah, but you also insisted for it to be finished in its entirety. So I was
spent
fuck,
truly
all right.
3 hours writing this shit.
Yeah, you tend to do that.
All right, what were everyone's gripes with the 200th? What do you wish had been different? What irritated you to no end? Let's start with Will.
Okay.
Less guests.
That was the whole point.
I was thinking like 3 might be a good fit.
That's what we're doing now.
I know, but we can all talk, and we're kind of catching up. We're talking about our lives. People are hearing more of us.
Which
Erica didn't get a word.
We have to talk about your weekend.
I know. I had a crazy weekend.
What did you do? Did you go to Notting Hill? Or?
No, I went to a few Broadway shows, which Marika is especially interested in.
Did you see the Michael Imperioli, Enemy of the People? How was that? Was it in the right, the wrong, or the round?
Let's do it.
Round indeed.
Did you get a shot?
I did get a shot. I was incredibly close to missing the show. Well, I ran from the train. No late entry. Late entry. They shut it down.
Is that after the protest, the climate protest? They don't do it late entry?
Maybe that's how they got in, is they just showed up late. No, I made it. I got a shot. They give you liquor in the show.
Okay,
No
so it
ID
was like
check.
whiskey. I was worried it was like an HPV vaccine.
No, it was like it was a Swedish vodka.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
It was
But
Dwer Vodka, to be sure.
It was great. Strong was spittling.
Right.
Yeah.
He was spittling the whole show. Imperioli didn't seem to have that problem. Imperioli kept it all in.
Some people are spitters. He didn't spit for me, but maybe he's like
It was
got
a
more
special
into it.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do the after at Imperioli's Restaurante nearby?
No.
You didn't stay on the Upper West?
I did dress all in brown as a ode to Jeremy Strong. So I
That
think
is
I was
nice.
more there for Strong than Imperioli,
Yeah.
You got to be there
In
for
a-
Strong.
in a way.
And he kills it. He's so
Oh
good.
my God. If you're in New York City and you have $250,
Yeah.
there's no better way to spend it.
Then on a hotel and then not having enough for the show.
Right.
You can't
yeah.
actually make
Well,
it.
if you're in New York, then you don't have to worry about the hotel.
Mhm.
I'm trying to see it before it closes. I might come out the end of May to have.
Would love to see you, Jeff.
Yeah.
You know, we've never met in person, Jeff.
I know. It feels
That's
wrong.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any more gripes or can we move on?
Oh, my gripe was just that I didn't know there would be people on Zoom. Like, I didn't know Ferris
And not in the room.
and Zach were
Well, we had to have
joining.
Ferris, and
Yeah.
to a lesser
Right.
extent, we had to have Zach.
Yeah. I mean, I agree that their presences were necessary, but
But
I
you
wish...
think they were too front and center because of the spatial aspect of the Zoom frame.
Well, the whole point originally was the most people in studios possible, and then that kind of then it just became the most people, which is also good. But I thought it was a different angle.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I just think 23 is better than 21.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to push it.
It was sad that there were people that couldn't join, like Brad.
Ian Carmel
Yeah, other
was
like,
supposed to be. So I saw somebody comment being like, "No, Ian," and I was like, "We tried. He's on tour."
That's true.
Is Ian a staple of the show?
No,
He's only been on once, but it was like
Yeah.
a hit, and he loved it. I was shocked
Yeah.
that he was like, "I want to come on all the time." He hasn't been
really
on
nice.
since, but he's been busy.
Busy
It's
guy,
really nice.
yeah.
I kind of wish that he and I had linked up in like being on this show a couple times before because I submitted to write for Corden twice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if he had
James
known me
passed.
more intimately, it never came across his desk. And even if he had, he would have been too drunk on drawer wine to fucking get the jokes,
Yeah.
let alone the gist.
So it was Ian who passed. Ian saw
Correct.
your work and said, not good enough.
Did you guys know that in 1944, FDR proposed a 100% tax on the top earners in the country?
No.
No.
He proposed it. How to go? People don't like it?
He got it down. He got it. The rich people got it down to 94. But I'm just like, why are rich people complaining about taxes now? Because in 1944, during the war, they literally were taxed at 94% of their income.
That
No
is-
Twitter back then.
Is that true?
That's true.
That's crazy.
Moving on.
Ferris,
Was that a
what, is that
sec-
a
was that like-
tenor sax behind you?
It is. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It's a cannonball.
Nice.
Was the quote in the
Even
outline?
superstars like Taylor
Jesus
Swift
Christ.
work out in athletic wear. Workout or wipeout in an ad, but not Lenny Kravitz.
That worked.
He posted himself pumping iron in leather pants,
That is so ridiculous.
wearing a mesh top, sunglasses, and boots, inspiring comments like, "My man never breaks character, full-time rock star." The video gave one guy an excuse. Reasons why I haven't started working out. 1, I don't own any leather pants. Kravitz lifted weights to his own music. Dressed to go
There's so
direct
much
from the gym
wrong
to
with
the
this.
stage. Do you think he baby powdered his thighs in anticipation of sweating?
Sort of
The website
talked on
The
those
Cut.
gams.
Great
Can't
story.
quite imagine Lenny having to make like Ross.
All right,
from
guys,
Friends,
who does this remind you of?
sprinkling
Who does this remind
powder
you
and
of?
slathering on
Ross.
lotion.
I thought you were
In
going
an
to say
attempt
Marty.
To get sweaty leather pants back on. Not since Lenny ripped his leather pants on stage and accidentally exposed his privates in 2015 has his leather given such pleasure.
Did you see the footage where his pants split? Stuff fell out of his
Yeah,
pants.
yeah. Do you think I could get that?
On YouTube. It's
yeah,
on YouTube.
Okay, good. I'll look for that.
At least Kravitz
Hold on.
wasn't totally
Did that actually
de-pantsed
happen?
like this woman.
That definitely
who
happened,
shoelace
yeah.
stripped her up in the treadmill, stripped
All right,
her
who does that
pants
remind you
off.
of? Who does this remind you of?
Unless you think the weightlifting
Marty,
video
right?
was purely staged, it spawned a surge in images of Lenny's abs. Especially impressive as he's about to turn
Such
60.
a long video.
Nothing leathery about Lenny except his pants. As one fan noted, the man is even immune to chafing. Jeannie Moose, CNN,
CNN.
New York.
Except his pants.
Where do we begin?
Yeah.
Did you see the
Christ.
video of Zoe Kravitz giving him doing a speech for his Hollywood Walk of Fame star?
No.
Yeah, who was it? It's Denzel.
Huh?
What didn't Denzel speak at his Walk of Fame ceremony?
I was talking about Zoe Kravitz
Oh,
speaking
well, and
because she
her.
specifically mentioned that she was always embarrassed when he would come to pick her up at school
in leather pants.
in leather pants and mesh shirts. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a uniform.
Endearing.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean Lenny has the skin tight leather pants that are kind of flared out, mesh top, sunglasses inside / at night, and then Will has sort of this workwear, oversized button down. Maybe he
In a
doesn't.
way, it's hard to draw a comparison or a contrast between mine and Lenny's styles.
Definitely
And it feels
contrast. I would say that he
Grasping.
he looks like he was kind of chiseled out of marble, and you kind of look like you live in a shipping container.
Interesting.
Just kind of the
My response to such a personal attack. I let it roll off my back.
I don't think
duck
so. You're
water.
shaking.
I
Duck water?
have forgotten. I've forgotten and I've forgiven.
We have to take a break. We'll be right back.
This is nice.
Sorry, actually, I need your guys' help on this one. This is the first ever kind of multi-vocalist Rice song. All the grits are black. Cause I wrecked the grains.
the grain.
Oiled slick a wok.
walk.
As I seared the soy.
the soy.
Rice to be chafed and scorned. Were it burnt till it's grayish. Charring rice like raisins. Consistency of sand. Made Bomba besmirched. Torched every single grain. Well, I blackened basmati as cooking oil spray. You know that omakase. I trash rice meant from chefs. Putting rice in steamers. It's not how you make rice. Sing along if you know the words.
Basmati rice.
Sorry, it's a solo.
There's something so appropriate about you looking like Parappa the Rapper today. Parappa the Rapper, bobbing your head, singing this
And I
music.
usually am the one that looks like Parappa the Rapper.
Poison turned to mug
Turn to mud.
as it globbed onto
As it globbed
rice.
onto rice.
A malt that tastes like chalk
Tastes like chalk.
because it's made with
It's
rice.
made with rice.
If I scalded
If
brown
I
rice,
scalded brown rice,
I could finally grin.
I could finally grin.
Rice should not be
Rice
steaming.
should not be steaming.
Just ruin rice from cans. Just blacken the whole pan.
California dreaming.
Consistency of sand.
I think you've got like 12 tracks, man. You got to produce
Yeah.
this shit.
I
He's got way
just
more than that.
I fully forgot to say California. I forgot to edit the last
The last one
Yeah.
does say California dreaming in the lyrics. I read it as is. I was locked in.
Yeah.
Now the mamas and the papas have a suit.
Well, it's the mamas and the papas, or sorry, it's the forget it. Let's take another fucking break.
Yeah. We don't. We don't sell that many ads for this show. I don't understand what happens in this break.
We used to. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just how you come back from breaks now?
Correct.
It sure is.
That's absolutely
It couldn't
correct.
be
It's-
more jarring. Oh
It's
my
like
God.
basically rods of aluminium hitting concrete.
Yeah.
This is how you wake up the listener
Exactly.
from
I
the
kind
ad
of like-
break.
from the
They're kinda dozing
stupor that
off.
they're lulled into.
That's BetterHelp,
While driving.
HELP.com.
All right. I got to give a shout out. I'm trying to reload my Discord. But I know that California Dreamin' parody was inspired by Discord member Rufus, who was like, what if there's a California Dreamin' parody? And we all kind of like started throwing some lyrics out. And All the Grits Are Black came from Rufus. So shout out Rufus, shout out Matt S, and shout out Mighty Femputer for inspiring that
Huge.
Rice parody. All right,
Go team.
guys, there's been a lot of talk, especially around the 200th episode, as we kind of look back on this show. People psychoanalyzing me, people saying that I'm a fucking maniac, and obviously I don't appreciate it any more than Will appreciated me saying that it looked like he grew up on a fucking barge. But
That was out of pocket.
I'm open to criticism. I just wonder if we can maybe quell some of people's conspiracies, because I think I am emotionally intelligent. I feel like I do have good social skills, and I thought that we could all kind of take this quiz that I found. That's basically an EQ test, testing our
wanna
emotional literacy. Yep.
Spoil the end of this quiz, but
Okay.
I really think the thing is that you are emotionally literate. You are
Okay.
just manipulative with that information.
So you think I'm
So
almost...
it's
yeah.
not like an accident how you make people uncomfortable.
You think
It
I'm
is
kind
like-
of Geppetto to the Pinocchio that are my guests.
I think that gives you a lot more credit than deserved, but it's a little bit more moment by moment.
Well, I mean, it's the thing of like the great white whale in Moby Dick is like supposed to represent human fallibility. But do you guys wonder if maybe I am the whale and I'm just eating people for sport?
I've never
Call me
wondered if you
I
are the whale.
know that people are not krill. I know that y'all are human beings with whole backstories, lives, loved ones, and I still
You-
choose to kind of dox your personal information and addresses. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you do krill the mood quite often.
How is he not on every week? That is.
And I'm not calling you one of
There's 12
I'm
questions.
not calling. Okay,
Do we,
yeah.
are
No,
we all
sorry.
taking it?
I mean, Ferris
not-
was obviously setting up a second thing, and it just cut him off every time.
No, Ferris,
Is-
sorry. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not calling you one of these, but you know how sociopaths are in their own way like super dialed in emotionally, but in a distanced manner.
Social distance, or because I feel like we're past that.
No, I don't think they respect that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your child, in direct contravention to your orders, runs into the busy road. You pull them back and A, smack them, B, master your emotions and explain why this wasn't a good idea, or C, master your emotions and resolve upon subsequent punishment.
Are we collectively... Is this for you, or are we just becoming one personality, the four of us, and taking it together?
I can't tell if that's a really good question or if you're trying to crack yolk on my eyes. Egg
No,
on
I'm
my
just lost, man.
Marika, what do you think?
Eyes, egg on my face.
Marika, you're on the content team. What do you think?
What?
Not really. I think that these quizzes are so obvious in their answers.
All right, let's just say master your emotions and explain why it's not a good idea to run into a busy road.
Yeah, obviously that is the best choice. But.
Next question. You then, A, apologize and explain that mommy or daddy was frightened. B, burst into tears. Or C, tell the child off and then threaten them with dire punishment. Which, by the way, in the flowchart, you could have already smacked them. There's more dire? I'm going to go with apologize and explain that daddy was a little frightened /
Yeah, you don't seem like the type to burst into tears.
Jeff, are you putting yourself in the right shoes when you're... it seems like you're just choosing the right answer, but...
Yeah, that's...
I really want you to be that
fear.
parent when you're answering.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what
if we could put Jeff in that situation? That would be...
If your cat
that would be ideal.
Crossed the street.
One hell of an episode.
No, I would tell her off.
Yeah.
I would be like, Misty, don't. And then later, after I wasn't scared, I'd be like, sorry, I just, didn't want you to get run over by, for lack of a better term, big rig, because I live right near the freeway.
Yeah. Would you, but you wouldn't cry out of like stress relief sort of thing?
I would, but I wouldn't let her see that. Because she has to think that I'm kind of her
strong
rock, her Jeremy, strong or otherwise. Next question.
Now we're getting real. Yeah, let's go.
It annoys you. By the way, that was like the least relevant thing I said. Was I have to appear Jeremy in front of my cat? And you're like, well, now we're really getting into it.
Sentient thing.
This is the real Jeffrey.
That's a good callback.
All right, it annoys you to A, see others unkempt. B, have to make the most of your physical attributes at work. Or C, see others making the most of their physical attributes at work.
Where is this quiz from?
Allthetests.com.
Oh.
Which of those three... Which of those three annoys you the most?
Correct.
Does at work mean at your job or like
in
your
play.
physical attribution? Okay, got it. Yeah.
No, I think it has to be in your workplace. I mean, what about you?
I thought it was in play.
I think it's at the workplace. What do you guys think? Like for y'all?
You have to answer this. This is for you.
I know, but this one's kind of interesting. We all might have different answers. I would say it annoys me to have to make the most of my physical attributes at work. I like a nice work-life balance, and I don't want to have to max out my energy output for the show. And maybe that's why we don't have many advertisers this year. Ferris? By the way, Ferris, lots of comments, by the way, I'm sure you saw, of people kind of being like, you low-key went underground and got Marvel jacked.
Really?
The yolk isn't on my face. The yolk is in your veins.
I do eat a lot of eggs. That is true.
and we can tell. I feel like you could bench Erica.
I don't know. I haven't met Erica in person.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. The issue with bench pressing a human being is that you need to compress them into bar form, or else it's just a very like lopsided.
The Lonely Island wrote a song about this, actually.
The Lonely Island wrote a song about how you'd have to like turn a person into a rod.
Well, they didn't propose that solution, but bench pressing bikini babes is the best bodybuilding phrase. You can ditch the barbells or the fancy weights, and we get a guarantee that you're gonna look great.
All right, your next tone when you first said that, Marika, it was like you were on an NPR podcast. It was like you were taking the most serious moment.
I take it very seriously.
Although, to go back to the question, it seems to me like, Geoff, you are most concerned with your coworkers' physical attributes, which would be answer C, right? Ferris's guns seem to make you intimidated. It
was more a point of pride. Like this might be misguided.
Excited about Jake being in a suit and being Bond.
That was an issue.
That's not
earlier.
his physical attributes, though.
Well, it's a little
Ferris,
bit.
I'm proud. It was pride in his physicality, and honestly, and this might be a little rude to say, but I would say I feel like I played some role in it.
Yeah,
I would say like
part of the problem.
5% of his muscle mass and or water weight.
When he stopped working on the show, he had the
me.
time for himself
and the drive to kind of get out all his frustration towards me onto the ropes.
That is the 5% from you. It was just, the gym is a great outlet. Let's just say, yeah. Forget BetterHelp, man. Just go to the gym.
Don't forget BetterHelp.
Because that's the only advertisement for the rest of the year.
Sorry, yeah.
All right. Question 4, and then we might just wrap it up. You're infuriated with your partner. Do you A, plot revenge, B, refuse to speak for days, or C, swear and go for a walk? I'm going to go ahead and start and say all 3 of these are bad options. But of the 3, I would say swear and go for a walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it didn't describe what could happen after, but that basically means cool off. Come back and maybe you won't be plotting revenge against your partner after that.
Yeah. All right, let's just rapid fire these. Your parent/parent-in-law is nagging, sarcastic, and interfering. Your principal feeling is A, resentment, B, resignation, or C, pity. I would say A, yeah, resentment is kind of classic. All right, 6. Grief is A, a blight on your life, B, a necessary and salutary process, or C, something which time will heal. All of the above, but let's just go with a necessary and salutary process.
It's such a bad quiz, and to just power through with
does worry serve a purpose? I would say sometimes. You are outraged by a newspaper story
every day.
Lenny Kravitz wears leather pants in the gym. It drives me fucking crazy.
Do you A, rant at your friends and family, B, become depressed, or C, write a letter to the newspaper? I would say B, become depressed. 9, is your anger destructive of yourself, a spur to change, or a spur to hurt and destroying things?
This is like an ESL test. This can't be real.
You could have taken one on psychology today.
I'm going to say anger is destructive of me.
Sporkle.
Yeah, this is the sporkle of emotional intelligence quizzes.
All right. Time is above all
money.
A, the great destroyer, B, to be vanquished, or C, the great healer.
What?
I would say the great healer. Time heals all wounds.
But you 11. Didn't say that for the grief.
Enough. I'm taking a quiz.
Can you read the next ones in your head?
No. Violent crime is, to me, A, outrage about which something should be done, B, an isolated tragic case from which we can draw a lesson, or C, a reflection of general trends in society. I would say C.
Yes.
12. You like music to be primarily A, exciting, B, deeply moving, or C, soothing.
Depends completely.
That's a good question.
No, it's not. Different songs should be, it should be all of the above. I would say deeply moving.
And I think that says a lot.
A deeply moving track, correct me if I'm wrong, Manshi, but a deeply moving track could be soothing or exciting. So I would say it's the closest to all of the above.
That's true. I would agree with that. Yeah.
And we have the results. Are you guys ready?
Yes, yeah.
The results of me/us taking this quiz. The result is emotional literacy.
Yeah, because you chose the middle answer.
This whole segment might retrospectively be called emotional literacy or nah. Because those are the only two seeming options.
Yeah.
Your robust attempts to master your emotions, which they keep saying master emotions, are praiseworthy but frequently ill-judged and unsympathetic? What? You defend yourself from unworthy emotions by simulating appropriate responses, but you tend to give rent-free space in your head to people and things which were better considered, understood, and consigned to the emotional data bank for subsequent use.
The fact they use the phrase rent-free in your head is like
an
that's
emotional data bank
Twitter
for
phrase
subsequent
from 2 years
use.
ago.
By the way, this quiz was written in 2006.
Whoa.
Kind of crazy. I would say I wrote this.
They were ahead of the game with the living rent-free in your head phrase. I didn't hear that shit till just a few years ago, really.
Yeah.
2006.
Try allowing emotions, even emotions which seem unworthy, anger, fear, frailty, depression, into harmless contexts, such as when listening to music or watching films. Explore them and acknowledge them. They are part of the armoury of wisdom. Wow. I kind of love that.
Armoury of wisdom. I really want you to take a real quiz and see how it compares.
Like with a doctor?
I thought you meant like sitting in on like a community college course. You want me to audit fucking sociology?
Yeah.
Marika, what did you send to our
No, you have to
group
cut
chat?
that. You can't say that.
Okay. But you said something recently. What did you say?
Yeah, I sent to our group chat with Riley and Amir, I sent a sign that I saw outside of a blank space coffee house and I said new motto just dropped, and the sign is share spring. Yeah.
Misty.
He doesn't give a shit about us.
Hi, baby.
Oh, I was talking about you, not the cat.
True. All right, guys, plugs. Another great episode in the can. What do you guys have? What are your yams?
See An Enemy of the People if you have hundreds of dollars to spare. It's pretty good. Or you can enter the lottery. Follow me at Marika on all of the platforms, on Letterboxd, especially on Twitter. Still there, having the time of my life in the worst place in the world.
Yeah, I might delete my Twitter. What do you think?
I think Twitter's still good.
Me too. Then
you mean X?
I think my area of Twitter is still good, and I enjoy being there.
It looked like you were gonna hit Misty. Did she run into the road?
Her. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The truth comes out.
Just grab her by the tail.
Hey.
Aw.
Do you do the projector instead of a TV, Jeff?
Yeah. This is the X Gimme. I bought this like in 2020. These are like $1,000 now, but when I bought it, it was like $250 on Amazon, I think.
Is it
I'm
the
often
one
wrong
that-
about how much money I spend on
Yeah.
stuff, but I think it was definitely way less than $1,000. I wouldn't have spent $1,000 on a projector, but I bought it with money that I got from that holiday happy hour that we did in COVID in 2020, where I came in late, dominated the game, won as the only non-salaried employee, and then left the Zoom early. But
To
yes,
spend
I
your
used the
winnings.
projector instead of the TV historically. This is cool too. I got this on Amazon. Let me see if I can position this. Will, why don't you do your plugs while I figure this out?
I'll be auctioning off live one Jake Hurwitz original doodle. Starting
that's good.
price $350. Ooh, that is nice, Jeff.
Yeah.
How does it look during the day?
Bad.
Yeah,
But daytime's for work.
fair.
I think you could. Yeah, I do think you could make some money off it. You should put that on eBay. I think that would be really funny.
Right?
Just don't tell him.
The cruder ones would get more. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
All right, Ferris?
Yeah, I think, by the time this episode comes out, Newcomers Season 7 will have begun. This season, the ladies, Lauren Lapkus and Nicole Byer, for anyone who is not familiar with the show, they are watching 10 Martin Scorsese. So there's a debate on the show too. They're watching Scorsese movies, but it turns out his name is pronounced Scorsese, and everyone has been struggling with how to say it and I agree with Lauren, if you say Scorsese, you kind of sound pretentious and like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You can cut most of this out. Check out Newcomers Season 7 starting.
Yeah, it sounds like an awesome
when you hear this.
show.
No,
From the
it's
way
great.
you just plugged it.
Oopsies. And then they watched Batman movies in Season 6 just prior. So that was a great season as well.
A lot of
so check that out.
people really loved the Batman song that Ferris did for it.
Yeah, I was happy
Ferris.
to hear about that.
Your
I just
jingles are commercial worthy. You should be writing for like major corporations and getting paid $300,000 a pop.
Thank you, man. That's I
You
appreciate
just
that.
made up a number.
300,000 sounds pretty cool. The reason this sax is out here, just a little teaser. I was recording sax for the Season 7 theme music, so wrapping that up today. Really pushing
Down to
the
the
deadline on
wire,
this one.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm finally happy with it. So we will have a proper release on time. Yeah.
Huge.
And then, follow me on Instagram, I guess, at Ferris Monchi. I'm trying to be better about checking in on Instagram a little more than I used to. I full on retired for a while. But, yeah. Huh?
We were meaning to talk to you about that, but you ended up getting your act together. All right. At Jeffrey James on Instagram, patreon.com/Riley and Jeff. If you're listening to this Friday, the 18th, which you will be, we have a Zoom party tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific. So actually, I think it's at 7:30 Pacific. So even more time to sign up and hang out with us. We do them every month. And this whole thing is DAWs, folks.
Hell yeah.
Woo woo.
It's back.
That was a Headgum original.